به نام نامی ایران.
Hello people of the world, welcome to the first video in Iran Sayr. We are going to introduce the city of Shiraz, the cultural capital of Iran. 1. The origin of the name Shiraz. The first mention of Shiraz on Elamitic clay tablets dates back to 2000 BC, when it was found in June 1970 while digging to build a brick kiln in the southwest corner of the city. The tablets, written in ancient Elam, refer to a city called Shiraz. According to the phonetics, it is understood as follows: Shirazis or Shirazis. This name is derived from the name Sirajis in ancient Persian, which has been renamed Shiraz due to the regular change of sounds in modern Persian. The name of Shiraz has also been seen on pottery found in the ruins of the Sassanid period in the 2nd century AD. According to the writing of some local writers, according to the Shahnameh, the name Shiraz is derived from the name of the son of the third king of the world, Tahmuras, archaeological excavations in Persepolis, led by Georgi Cameron in 1314, led to the emergence of Elamite inscriptions, some of which refer to the castle called Shirazis or Shirazis, as well as seals from the late Sassanid and early Islam has been found in the palace of Abu Nasser Palace, which contains the name Shiraz. Ibn Hawl, a Muslim geographer of the 1st century AH, considers the name of Shiraz to be similar to the land inside in the lion because, according to him, food was generally transported to other areas and nothing was taken from there. According to Tedesco research, Shiraz means the center of good grapes. However, the view has been rejected by other scholars such as Beninius and Henning. 2. Conquest of Persia by Muslims. The Sassanid Persian province included Fars province, Yazd, the Persian Gulf and its Isfahan and parts of present-day Khuzestan, and was conquered during the Arab invasions of Basra between 640 and 653 AD. At that time, there was no city in present-day Shiraz, but there were castles around present-day Shiraz that were conquered by the Arabs in 641 AD. During this period, the Arabs prepared several attacks from the fort to the pool. Istakhr, the capital of Persia, resisted until 653 AD. The main city of Persia, Istakhr, had close ties with the Sassanid dynasty and the Zoroastrian religion. The Arab rulers wanted to establish a rebel and Islamic center in their newly conquered territory. When Arabs founded the city of Shiraz, they founded the city in a way that is bigger than Isfahan. Shahbazi writes that due to the location of Shiraz at the intersection of roads leading to Yazd, Kerman, Khuzestan, Isfahan, and the Persian Gulf, Shiraz became a base, Muslim corps in Fars, and that seats of government and senior military and administrative agents, and for 2 centuries. The establishment of the Arab governors was Persian. However, for 2 centuries, Shiraz was a swimming pool under the shadow of a rival city. But gradually, with the conversion of Iranians to Islam and the decline of the city of Istakhr, the importance of the city of Istakhr was transferred to Shiraz. Little information is available from this period, but it is clear that Shiraz did not have a mosque until the 9th century AD. That is, until the Safavids made Shiraz the capital of their government. 3. Geography of Shiraz. The city of Shiraz, the capital of Fars province, with a length of 40 kilometers and a different width between 15 to 30 kilometers, with an area of 1,268 square kilometers in a rectangular shape, and is geographically located in southwestern Iran and the central part of Fars. Shiraz is surrounded by relatively high mountain ranges in the form of a strong fence, which are of special importance in terms of strategic and preservation of the city. The city is bounded on the west by Mount Drak, on the north by the mountains of Bambo, Sabz Pushan, Chehelmagam, and Babakuhi from the Zagros Mountains. The geographical coordinates of Shiraz are 29 degrees and 36 minutes north and 52 degrees and 32 minutes, and its altitude varies between 1,480 to 1,670 meters in different parts of the city. The dry river of Shiraz is a seasonal river which, after passing throughout the city of Shiraz, inclines to the southeast of its basin and flows into Maharlo lakes. And Shiraz is the city of great Iranian poets including Hafez, Sadi and other great poets. There are many tombs in Shiraz that express the respect and reverence of Iranians for their cultures. The first tomb is the tomb of Hafez. He built a beautiful mansion in the style of other than the building and the hall with 4 tall stone columns for the tomb and a large garden in front of the hall. The large marble that is now available and on which 2 lyrics poems of the king of Hafez lyrics poems are engraved with the excellent nostalgic script belong to the same period. The exterior of the roof, the tomb, has many cracks, such as the hats of the Galandars and their dervishes. The copper coating of this surface has oxidized over time and has acquired a beautiful rust color. In the northern garden, 2 large rectangular ponds have been constructed which were the source of the large boiling water of the garden. The tomb garden is separated from the entrance garden by a large and magnificent hall with a width of 7 meters and a length of 56 meters, which consists of 20 stone pillars. 4 middle columns of the hall with a 1-piece column head from Karim Khan period have been left and 16 2-piece columns were installed in 1936. The walls on both sides of the hall are decorated with marble and on them is written is inscription in the line Mir from one of the poems of Nagz Hafez. This inscription was previously written on paper and later transferred to marble in the same way. On the forehead, the walls of the mausoleum garden. Other inscriptions of the Shah Ghazals of Hafez in the third line with azure tiles have been prepared and installed. These lines were written by Amir al-Kitab Malik al-Kalami. The second tomb is the tomb of Sa'di, a poet of the 1312s. Sa'di's tomb is located in the northeast of Shiraz, at the foot of a mountain called Pahand. It's said after Sa'di died in 1312, he was buried in his own monastery, which was located in the same place. Sa'di's tomb has been repaired several times in the past centuries. During the reign of Karim Khan Zand, Sa'di's tomb was also overhauled and 2 large rooms were built on both sides, a porch, a staircase, an arch, and small pavilions in the middle. Colorful and beautiful stones that have been delicately carved and polished have been used for foundation and columns, and turquoise tiles have added to their beauty. The area of Sa'di tomb is more than 10,000 square meters. Among these, the foundation of the tomb building is 261 square meters, and the rest is covered by a garden. Below the area, a clear spring called Fish Pond flaws. There is a staircase outside the porch, which can be entered into this area. Fragments of a stone inscription belonging to the entrance of an old building on which verses from Sadi are written in the third line are preserved in the tomb. The inscription came out of the ground during construction. Inside the tomb, 7 inscriptions of the best parts of Golestan and Bustan, Tayyibat and Badai and poems of Sheikh. Our writing is beautiful handwriting by Master Buzari. In the inscription of the southwestern arch, a story of Golestan is written on azure tiles in nostalgic script. At the end of the porch, right next to Sati's tomb, is the tomb of the late poet Fasih al-Mulk Shuride. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope one day you will come to this city and enjoy it. Subscribe and like this channel. Goodbye.